as you all can see, I'm still in the very same spot. I mean, the nice thing about Sam Adams beers, they do have the tick marks, because for every tick mark you get, you're even closer being done. So, as you can see, it's still at the same spot. I'm sorry.
And this is an hour and a half later.
Yeah, precisely. So let me just take a quick swig. Okay. So, it did take some finagling. And what I mean by finagling, it took some patience, if you will, to get these holes lined up. And thank goodness the Colonel was here to help me. He's not only a fantastic videographer and magician pulling a rabbit out of the hat with that gasket, he was able to line these up perfectly, and he actually had to put a lot of pressure laterally here to push in so this one would line up. It wasn't easy to panic, but the good news is it's lined up, so I'm just going to tighten it up. Just going to tighten.
Boy, what a difference. Those pipes look awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Especially from this vantage point when you can see the old and the new.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
man, that looks great.
Can't wait to hear him. Alright, so this is just about tightened up. Alright, I like to put a little extra torque on it, And what I do think, honestly, that the best thing to do was to put that heat shield on and tighten it up before you put the pipes on. Again, with everything I read on the forums, it said this heat shield was the hardest to put on.
I don't think, it almost seems impossible to do it like they said.
Exactly. So, if you follow our directions, with the exception of the Sam Adams beer, you'll be fine. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I do have to tighten up that one gasket, or that one clamp around the gasket. If you'll come with me, will you? And again, this has been using just the same, essentially the same socket, a number 10. I do have to tighten up this one right here. As you can see, it's moving. So I'm going to have to get on my back. Somebody's going to help me up.
I'll go ahead and let's shut this thing off and I'll prop the bike up.
All right, perfect.
All right, where are we at?
All right, we are back. I've gotten down 2 tick marks on the Sam Adams beer. And what we're going to do is we're going to loosen these up just like we did on the other side. And I have not completely released, just loosened the clamps on this heat shield. This one should go in relatively easy. Hey, when you're recording, don't get my bald spot.
No, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so now we're just gonna loosen these. These puppies are on tight. The night shift must have put these on. You're not getting my bald spot.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
But the recession's alive and well.
All right, there we go. All right, so just loosening these puppies up. The right one is supposed to be the easiest for obvious reasons. It's just a straight shot. I won't make any references to human anatomy. Okay. That one is out. We can't seem to find Maggie, the nice female that was on the video earlier. If you all wouldn't mind contacting me should you see her in your neighborhood, that would be great. That way my wife, well, she won't leave me. Okay, so we're just going to slide this out. That should slide out like a dream, and it did. And, as you see, there is no gasket here.
There is no gasket.
But the reason why, and I learned that from the forums, when the gasket is not on the pipe itself, it's actually in the pipe of the close exhaust, the proximal exhaust. So let me show you. Colonel, if you can go ahead and get a shot in here. Right over here, actually. For God's sakes, use the intelligence. Right here, you can see the gasket is still stuck on there.
Okay.
Now this one, I'm willing to bet the reason the other one wouldn't come off so good is because it was still hot. The pipes were still hot.
Could be.
That's still in there.
So move your hand so we can see the gasket.
Sorry, it's still in there. I don't think there's any reason right now to go ahead and pull it out just to show you.
No, I'd leave it.
I'm worried I'll never get it back on.
Yeah, I'd leave it.
Okay, so here's again we loosened that earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other pipe.
While I'm filming, just go ahead and get the other pipe.
Hey, look, let me just go ahead and get the other pipe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This is my garage. Yeah. Hey, Maggie, it's all good. Glad you're back. Hey, guys, cancel the lost pooch comment earlier. She's found. Okay, so here's the other pipe. In theory, this should slide on just fine. Take off some of that plastic. and as you can see, we have a little bit of a problem. A little bit of a problem.
And what's the problem?
The problem is that heat shield's in the way, so I'm going to have to loosen up that heat shield just a little bit more. Thank you. Sir. You're more than just another pretty face, Colonel. That's relatively loose there. So that one's fine. Alright, let's give that a shot. Can you call the neighbors and ask them to help me get up?
I feel like you're Ed McMahon.
Alright, that was perfect. As you can see, that's going to slip on much easier.
Good, let's get that plastic off.
I'm afraid to. Alright, no fear here. This is Bones and Colonel.
Here, take the plastic off so we get those holes to match. You got it?
Yep, got it. Get it.
Okay.
Alright. Well, it was looking good. Alright.
Push it this way a little bit more.
Which way?
This way.
That way?
Yeah.
There we go. Once again, it's good to have a second set of hands, especially if it's a Colonel.
All right, go ahead and put the screws in. They look like they're perfect.
Are they perfectly lined up? All right, so you guys can see it's not biting yet. Let's try this one. That one is biting perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to try this one. In theory, this should go right in, and of course, wow. Surprisingly, it is.
So I'm tilting it. I'm actually tilting it.
You're tilting it, okay.
I'm
so
rotating it.
That explains it. Again, why it's so important to have a second set of hands. Now we need the second. Can you get the second?
It's right behind you, bud.
There we go.
Yep.
Well, maybe that Sam Adams is a little bit higher gravity than I thought. All right, so we're going to tie, again, this is
righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, boy.
You got to hold your mouth just right.
Boy, they look good. Woo-wee.
I feel it important to say I got this off 2 Cycle Guys online. They had the cheapest price. They were $200 cheaper than almost all the other websites that I looked up. They were $452. That was with shipping. Shipping was $20. Came out of Georgia. Made in the USA, baby. Made in the USA. Alright, so that's good and tight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten up the heat shields.
All right, we'll be back. Where are we in this grueling process?
We're back. Maggie is here. She's quality control. She's given us 2 pawpaws of approval.
Excellent.
We're very excited. All right, so both pipes are on. I have to say I am very pleased with the way those look.
And with the way they went on, they really went on easy.
Gosh, this is, as I said, I have 0 mechanical experience, so I'm quite pleased with the ease at this.
Get the key and turn them on.
No, we got to put the saddlebags on first.
No. Put them on.
All right, I'm gonna put them on. And then we'll cut out, and then
Yeah.
and then we'll show what it looks like.
That way, if there's any issues, we don't have to take the saddlebags off.
Because that was the hardest part.
Shut that radio off.
Yes, sir. All right, you guys ready? I've been waiting for this. Here we go. On 3, 2, 1. Wow. Wow. That's a huge difference. That is a huge difference.
Yep.
Huge. Hopefully you guys are able to tell the difference before. All right, I'm going to go ahead and crank her up. and then we're going to do a comparison to the Vance and Hines. Was it dual?
Dual rounds.
Vance and Hines dual rounds.
Both slip-ons.
Both slip-ons. Okay, so this is the Colonel's bike on the right. He has a 2012 Vulcan Nomad with the Vance and Hines dual. What?
Dual rounds.
Dual rounds. Okay. And mine is a 2013 Kawasaki Vaquero with the Cobra tri-ovals.
And they look good.
So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, and then we'll let you all be the judge of which one sounds better or if they're the same.
I have to vote that the Cobras look better. That's just my vote.
I do like the looks of the Cobras.
They look great. All right, go ahead, start them up.
All right. So one thing that we forgot to mention, the most important part of this install is you got to remember with your Sam Adams beer when you're at half tick mark, it's very important to just let it drain. Just let it drain. Trust me. You'll thank me later. Okay. So we will start with the Vance and Hines. Now we will do the Cobra tri-ovals. Hey, is all that beer out of there yet? I don't want that on my property. I'm torn. I think the Vance and Hines sound very, very good.
You're just saying that.
I think that,
Why don't you put them both on?
all right, we'll put them both on. Come with me, won't you?
Now, yours are brand new, and I've had mine on for over a year, so maybe there's a difference there, too.
Okay.
Could be. Well, on that note, let the viewers be the judge.
We look forward to your comments. Please be gentle.
Cheers.